My friend called me pathetic for grieving at my dad's funeral after I refused to do her hair for a party that weekend. Now she's banned from every salon in town. Tessa and I had been friends since middle school. She was always kind of harsh, but I thought that was just her personality. She'd say things like my hair looked greasy when it was clean, or my clothes were trying too hard when I dressed nice. I'd laugh it off because that's what friends do, right? In college, she got worse. When I made Dean's List, she said the classes must have been easy. When I started dating Ryan, she told everyone she could do better, but felt bad for him. When I got my first apartment, she walked in and said it smelled weird and looked like a grandma lived there. Still, I kept her around because we had history. Things got really bad when I started my business doing hair and makeup. Tessa would come to my salon and loudly tell other clients that I was still learning. She'd point out every little thing she thought was wrong with their hair, said my prices were a scam for amateur work. My clients started going elsewhere. When I confronted her, she said she was just being honest and real friends tell the truth. The worst part was she expected free services. Every week she'd show up demanding highlights, extensions, full makeup for her dates, never paid once, said exposure from her wearing my work was payment enough. When I finally started charging her, she told everyone I was money hungry and fake. She'd book appointments and not show up, leaving me with empty slots I could have filled with paying clients. Then she started bringing her own friends for free services, telling them I owed her for all our years of friendship. My dad got sick last year, cancer everywhere, 3 months to live. I spent every day at the hospital while trying to keep my business running. Tessa visited once, spent the whole time on her phone, and complained that hospitals made her uncomfortable. When dad passed, I was destroyed. The funeral was small, just family and close friends. Tessa showed up late, wearing a white dress like it was a garden party. During my eulogy, she was taking selfies, actually angling her phone for better lighting while I talked about my dead father. At the reception, she pulled me aside and said she needed her roots done for a party that weekend, at my dad's funeral reception. When I said I couldn't even think about work right now, she said I was being pathetic and using grief as an excuse to be lazy. Said my dad would want me to move on and stop feeling sorry for myself. It had been 3 days since he died. That's when something in me snapped. I told her I'd do her hair that Saturday. She showed up at my salon expecting the works. I gave her exactly what she deserved. Mixed her color wrong on purpose. Her blonde highlights turned green. Not a subtle green, bright swamp green, the kind that takes multiple sessions to fix. She didn't notice until she got home because I styled it to hide the worst parts. When she called screaming, I said she must have used the wrong shampoo. She went to another salon to fix it. They had to bleach it 3 times. Her hair turned to straw and started breaking off in chunks. She had to get it cut into a pixie cut when she'd had waist-length hair her whole life, but that wasn't enough for me. See, Tessa didn't know that salon owners talk. We have a group chat for difficult clients. I told them everything. How she'd insulted my work while demanding free services. How she'd disrupted other clients. How she'd no-showed dozens of appointments. How she'd taken pictures without permission and posted them with nasty comments. Every salon owner in town blacklisted her. When she tried to book anywhere, they were suddenly full. Forever full. She had to drive 2 hours to the next city for basic haircuts. Then I reached out to her other friend who she'd brought for free services. Turns out Tessa had told them I'd offered it as a gift, then made them feel guilty when I seemed reluctant. They were mortified. They'd thought I was being weird about it, not that Tessa was stealing from me. They all paid me back without me asking. They also dropped Tessa when they realized how she'd used them. Her boyfriend dumped her when her hair fell apart because apparently he'd only been attracted to her long blonde hair. She tried to apologize to me, but only because she wanted me to fix her hair and tell the other salons to take her back. Said we'd been friends too long to let one comment ruin everything. One comment, like she hadn't spent years tearing me down. She was screaming when I slapped her. Full story on channel, link below.